Hey guys, welcome to Tuesday Night 77. And tonight I'm here joined by Hot Meow.
Hey guys, yeah, it's nice to cast with Alec. So today we have a pretty nice top four. We have first of all we have Zalae versus Joster. So what do you know about these two? Because I think Zalae is he's a really good top level player who plays in other tournaments, and he's from Team Archon. And Joster, he recently qualified for top eight for a spring championship. So both of them are really good players.
Yeah, starting off with the Zalae Joster match for tonight, and then we're going to move on into Aqua taking on Magic, going to be a good one as well. But obviously, big name with Zalae, big name with Joster, who's going to be competing in just 2 weeks at the NA Spring Championships. Now, we had a chance to look at their deck lists, look at their classes. What are you looking to see in this first matchup?
So I haven't looked at Joster's decks yet, but I actually played against Zalae the first match in the Tuesday Hub yesterday. So I was playing my free decks on Malikos, Rogue, Freeze Mage, and Control Warrior, and he was playing a really solid just a meta lineup. He was playing Zoo, he was playing I believe it's Kafun Druid or something, and he was playing Aggro Shaman, which is really consistent on ladder, and he was playing actually something new. He's playing Dragon the Zopri. So I'm looking forward to see how that does on the top four.
Oh yeah, totally. Zalae bringing that Dragon Azov Paladin tonight. But in our first match, Zalae is going to be on Shaman here, taking on Joster's Warlock. It looks to be Zoo taking on sort of that aggro mid-range variant that Zixo kind of popularized right there.
So it's aggro Shaman with Tuskar and Bring from Below. So even though he wants those cards, he wants Finley. So some people have been questioning is it worth it to even run Bring from Below, because he's gonna have Finley and then he will change his hero power. But with the Tuskar and Flame Tongue and Totem Golem, I guess you can argue that there's enough totems to put in Bring from Below.
Yeah, it's interesting because as looking at the second, definitely more aggressive. You're not always pressing the totem button, right? You're not pressing totem all the time like you would be normally in more of the mid-range variant. But just getting started here, that flame juggle actually misses the flame, so Josh is gonna have an early opportunity to make some good trades right now.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal, because now Joster can trade really nicely, and Zalae is gonna be behind. But so with this matchup, I feel it's nearly 50-50. It really depends on who gets early game first.
Yeah, I've seen I've really felt that defenders of Argus, right? They come into play a lot in this matchup, especially because Doomhammer dealing 16 damage over 8 turns. That it's definitely obviously very strong this matchup. But once Zoo takes over board sometimes, at that point, it's really does the Shaman have enough damage to win the game there?
Yeah, Shaman does definitely awesome thing after a while. They don't have the Crackle, but they still have really strong minions. They have the Faceless, which is really strong.
Well, Joster here going to be able to set up a pretty nice play. Going to hope to get one of these juggles onto the 2-1. Lands the juggle, and then also again gets the other juggle from the imp. So right there, I mean, Joster is able to take over the board.
Yeah, Joster is at a really good spot right now.
And normally you'd want something like Power Overwhelming. Do you think we're just kind of we could throw it on Dark Shark Councilman and then Voidwalker and just kind of block out the 7 damage?
Yeah, I think both the players right now are just gonna go as aggressive as possible and try to race. But it's Joster has the game now. It's his board is really strong right now. And Zalae is overloaded by 2 next turn, so he only has 3 mana.
And the juggle is able to take out the 7/7 too.
Yeah, this trade is really ultimately really strong play by Joster.
And that's it.
It's Zalae's just gonna concede.
Turn 5, right? So starting the night off with a very quick match, Joster's going to take that one with the Zoo over Zalae's.
It's even a minute. It was a little more than a minute, and the game's over.
What do you do though? What do you do in that position if you're Zalae?
So maybe some Shaman run Lightning Storm or Elemental Destruction for a hold for it, but it looks like Zalae's just running the really meta Sixer Shaman or Aggro Shaman. So there's not really any comeback mechanic, and he didn't put Warlock in a low enough health for him to burst him down with burns.
Yeah, it's a lot of times you need to get the Doomhammer, things like that. Moving to the second match here, though, Zalae is going to be on this Cthulhu Druid. Joster on the Dragon
I think
Pirate
hold on,
Warrior.
check. I think I messed up because really didn't check it yet.
Yeah, Joster's running this Dragon Pirate Warrior list. It runs like Alex Stars' Champion, things like that. Also like Azure Drakes. So it's a Pirate Warrior, but with a little bit more early game Fairy Dragons also coming into play. It's a pretty aggressive list. Zalae's running, Cthulhu Druid, but I've seen some interesting things here. Mark of Yasiraj. Have you seen that a lot in Cthulhu Druid?
Yeah, I'm looking at his list. It's really interesting. So it's a hybrid Druid. It's Cthulhu with Beast Druid synergy. So that's definitely a really interesting list. We're gonna look to see how it works out.
Beast Druid has been that deck that people have just been trying to figure out, and everyone thinks it's really strong. But when is it going to be able to be totally popularized, right?
I feel like Beast Druid is definitely a strong deck, but it's one of those decks where like if you don't have the combo synergy, like if you're behind, then is it still good? But like with Cthulhu adding up, maybe it's just a really strong deck to counter like control. But we'll see like how it goes with this matchup.
Yeah, and as we see here, Zalae with that innervate was, I mean, you can innervate out Sylvanas if you want to now too, but Zalae was able to just put this minion on the board, and if Joster can't really take the board early, it's going to be very tough to start dealing damage, right? We see a bunch of charge minions in hand, means they're going to be able to go face, but are any of those minions ever going to be able to stick?
Yeah, looking at Joster's hand, looks like he's playing like a aggro Dragon Warrior, but like you can see his hand, like there's like pirates, there's like heroic strike, but there's no weapons yet, so he can't really charge this off the deckhand. And Zalae, like he got the innervate, and he has a board presence right now to deal with like what Joster has.
And it looks like Joster here is actually going to be able to take out just this 2/5 right now, using the charge minions to take that on out. Sylvanas here though is going to be able to do some damage, right?
Would you think trading was right, or would you go face here? Because I guess like it consists the Sylvanas more, but like Joster is the aggro deck here. So what do you think? Like, was trading better, or was going face better? Because this definitely contests the board, but Zalae is still at 30 health at 5.
Yeah, and it's already played a Wild Grove, going to be able to get some top minions later on in the game. But honestly, with this, with my experiences in this Dragon Pirate list, you still need to establish some boards sometimes, right? You need to get minions that are going to be able to attack at least 2 turns, maybe. Especially if you don't have weapons. And we see Joster just hasn't run any of his weapons yet.
That's really unfortunate that he didn't draw any weapons.
He's already at 16 health too, right? He's not really the aggressor right now in this match.
Yeah, no dragons, no weapons. It feels bad for him. And looking at Zalae, like he doesn't have much this turn. Like he can only like swipe if he wants to. But like, look at his next turn. He's just gonna slam the Ancient War down. And I don't know if Joster even wants to.
Yeah, it's a strange list. I mean, at the same time though, if we do run into some like here, Joster's gonna be able to set up some minions and start setting up a board, right?
Be thirsty.
So Joster is able to set up like some of the board. But how is he gonna patch the Ancient War?
you don't. I think
times.
that's like the easy answer. You don't. I mean, we haven't like Cthulhu Druid or Cthulhu Beast Druid hasn't even buffed Cthulhu yet. But just look at. I mean, Cthulhu might get played as just a 6/6 in this matchup.
Yeah,
if we do get the turn.
Is still alright, just cause like there's a lot of early game like Beast synergy.
All right. Is there anything you think Joster can do on this turn to sort of levy, sort of get some board position back?
Well, his Throbbing is gonna go big, and he has the taunt to like stick around to protect the Throbbing. So maybe something with the Throbbing.
There you go. I mean, yeah, just take out the Ancient War, get rid of all these taunts that are coming up. Zalae though is gonna run into another taunt. So this is gonna be, I think this is gonna happen. Like Joster's gonna run out of things they can do. And look at that, the Mark of Yasiraj off the top.
Oh man,
what do you think?
the whips up the Okas.
You can play Druidiclaw, then mark it. I think that that's definitely the play right there.
Let's have a 5/7 taunt. More stuff to. Oh, it's 6/8. It's more stuff to deal with.
And that's it. Another
like
quick one.
Concede.
These guys are not playing around tonight. They're just playing Hearthstone very, very fast.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think those 2 people, like I guess like Joster like countered Shaman with Zoo, so they're protecting their what they're gonna queue against each other.
Mm-hmm.
And second game, and Zalae predicted like correctly that he's gonna play Pirate Warrior. I don't know if Druid is the counter, but with the taunts, like you can see really fast concedes from both players.
Yeah, and what are you gonna do there in Joster's position? You know, especially if you're not running things like execute, you have to give up all your minions that are meant to go face, right? Meant to start gaining a ton of damage, and then when that doesn't happen, you're just gonna run out of damage. You know, you have a set amount in that deck right there. Now Zalae here on this priest, gonna be this Dragon Nizaf hybrid. Joster's gonna be running an aggressive paladin list.
It looks like he's a really good curve too.
Except the mice.
Really good curve, bunch of
one
one
drop.
drops, and then run into a 3-drop, right?
But looking at Zalae, his hand is really good to answering what Joster has. Just the double cleric and the shower of pain. It's insane early game.
Is someone injured?
Yeah, this is
So
gonna
this
be
is coming out.
probably a pretty
Someone
tough one
injured?
for Joster. We do know that he's running things like Divine Favor, so I think that's gonna be probably key
Nothing
in
scares
determining
me.
what
Except
he does
mice.
later in the game, right? Gonna need to get a huge Divine Favor, and a lot of times Priest does accumulate a ton of cards.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna need like some more cards to deal with this, because he's gonna run out of steam like real quickly. And look at Zalae, he just had double cleric and he's gonna draw some cards every turn. So this
Able
is
kind of,
really
you know,
good for Zalae.
Yeah, able to sort of sequence this and then able to get the Divine Shield on the main dark. Has Divine Shield, so you're dealing with the early threats already, and you have things like Holy Nova in hand. This is going to be pretty tough for Joster, I think.
Yep. So he's gonna train against cleric. So Joster still has the board right now, and Zalae needs to deal with the 7 damage he's presenting on board. So looks like he's gonna put on a shield. I believe he's gonna use a pain.
Welcome to the
He's gonna just put more board for this time, and then the Museum Curator on board.
Ooh, Tentacle and the Zappa beat the
Yeah,
PK,
that
right?
seems really tempting. Just put it in.
Yeah,
Oh, and he's gonna get
totally.
it too.
Yeah, Joster's, you know, stewarded Darkshire, things like that, so obviously running a lot of 1 health minions sounds like Gazaf. It's perfect situation right there. But as we see, like, look at this though. This is really, like, I think as the game's developing, we're seeing this more and more.
For duty.
Look how many cards Zalae has in hand. Look how many cards Joster has in hand. It's going to be this over and over again until Joster does run into that Divine Favor.
Yeah, he really needs it right now. Looking at his hand, he only has a Ardent Horse Rider. And Zalae next turn, like, he can play in Tentacle on the Zoff this turn, and next turn he's just gonna clear the board with Holy Nova.
And Aggro Paladin's really the sort of deck that needs minions to stick, right? You know, it needs minions on the board a lot of the times. Not all of them are going charge, especially when it matters if you're running like a Steward Darkshire list or list of Rallying Blade, things like that. I think Joster is running a bit of a faster list than what we've seen recently. But at the same time, these minions have to do something, right?
Oh wait, so I just realized Zalae's just gonna clear his board right now. He's just gonna Tentacle on the Zoff and then Shovel with Pain.
Oh, what a play right there from Zalae. Shower Pain on his own Tentacle on Nizaf to take out the entire board and just press reset, right?
Reporting for duty.
He's gonna play everything now. Let's see, what is Zalae gonna do here?
I mean, you can play Blackwing just for the body, right?
I wield the power. Blackwing.
Next turn, like Cabal. Oh, there it is. There's a Divine Favor.
That's
off
the
top.
card that Joster really needs.
Maggot.
3 mana, draw 6 cards.
Seems
Pretty
balanced.
good, right?
Not bad. He gets the Blessed of Might and Leroy. That may be enough damage to pull through, but Joster's still kind of behind.
Yeah, I mean,
Because, like-
Zalae's still sitting on a Holy Nova, and at the same time, though, we know that Joster's gonna have to be aggressive here, right?
Yeah. But he still needs to throw up some crucial minions. So I think like it's either Nova or a couple of the Horse Rider here.
Let me
It's most nice you can
change
you set up the 4/5, able to take out the other 2/1 as well, and leave them 1/1 to just have that body, and really, I think, hold on to that Nova for the giant turn that you really want to get out there.
Yeah, that seems like the right play. And having a 4/5 body on board This developed a pretty strong presence here. So I'm gonna see a defender Argus.
Do you think we're ever in a position where Joster's just not going face the rest of the game?
If he can protect a minion or like, I don't think so. He's just gonna go off base. Like maybe something like the free who that gives a divine shield. Like maybe he wants to protect that, or maybe he wants to pull out Leroy Jenkins. But it looks like Joster really needs to go aggressive now. But unfortunately, we see Zalae is probably gonna play a Holy Nova unless he sees an or play with Black One Corruptor. That's better.
At the same time, Joster is accumulating a lot of damage in hand, with that Rallying Blade, with that Blessing of Might, with Leroy Jenkins. So he's not really that far off, right?
Can he play everything in his hand, assuming he has 10 mana? How much damage is that? That's 14 damage.
Here comes the Holy Nova, gonna take out a bunch of the board right here. Cabal gonna trade into the 2-1, and just like that, Zalae again. But there we go, a second Divine Favor, so maybe it is time to sort of cash in right here and play a bunch of your hand.
Yeah. It's crazy, like Zalae has all the answers for Joster, but this game is still not like over yet. Just because Joster has second Divine Favor and he has Leroy Jenkins in his hand. It might be enough burst to be pulled through, maybe.
Yeah, and picking up double Blessing of Kings right there and more charge minions, so just going to be able to continually push this face damage, and actually takes out the body right there. So takes out the Cabal, able to just protect his minions for the moment. Are you starting to get scared as Zalae? Do you need I mean, you got Wormware Agent on the top. That's very nice to be able to set this, initial taunt.
Yeah, after all Zalae has done, he's only at 14 health left. But that Wormware Agent pickup is such a strong pickup too. Like he's gonna kill off the 4-1 and then he's gonna clear his board and then taunt up. He's even gonna play the Tentacle of Nozar, I think.
Yeah, definitely be able to take it out, just get it out there so that any more pesky 1-1 minions come into play. Now, this is a tough position for Joster right now. You can't get through this with just the weapon hit unless you want to use something like Keeper Voldemort on the Wormware Agent.
Yeah, looking at Joster's now, I was just thinking he's gonna take the 1-4. It looks like he's gonna take the 1-4 and try to kill the Pinnacle Nozar. Unfortunately for him, that didn't go off as planned.
The light protects me.
It looks like Joster is just gonna flood the board with really solid minions.
Paladin able to again refill the board, set up pretty strong, and another Wormware Agent at the top, definitely gonna help Zalae here. But look at all this damage he's facing. What's the best way to deal with this board right now?
So if I'm Zalae, I'll probably trade off the Tentacle Nozar. I think you trade off to the 3-3 or the 2-3 and try to clear the board. And then I'll probably entomb something. But again, maybe Zalae will see a more optimal play here. Because if I'm Zalae, now I'm thinking maybe I'll trade off pop the Divine Shield, and then we trade in 2-4 to the 2-3, and then maybe kill off the 3-4 with 5-4, and then heal the taunt, and then play another one. Because I'm assuming he's not gonna play Untomb here.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. You definitely want to make sure you have some taunt protection because there's been minions sitting in hand for a majority of the game, and Zalae is definitely that caliber player that's definitely keeping track of it.
And he's gonna play a taunt. Oh, he's just gonna. He's gonna
I like this
finish on the dog.
Yeah, I think
nice
right there, playing the Entomb really allowed you to set up much better trades on the board. You didn't really have to bring Tentacle Nozar into anything. You're able to keep both your taunts up, so I definitely like that play right there.
Yeah, that's a way better play than I think, because what I think was I just really want to clear Joster's whole board again. But looking at his hand, he has 2 charters, so it's really important to have optimal trades and have 2 taunts on the board.
Joster is going to be able to get through both of these taunts here, though. Able to go in with the Rallying Blade as well, and actually take out the board because something's off. This backfires a little bit there, taking out Zalae's own minion. Now all of a sudden it's oh god, Zalae's almost dead next turn, right?
Zalae's cornered, actually, despite the starting hand Zalae has. So Like Zalae like cleared Joster's board like 2 to 3 times already, and Joster's still in it, like adding some pressure to Zalae.
I must consider.
I mean, geez, like, yes, there were so many times, you know, he had the Cabal Shadow Priest at the right time. He had the Holy Nova, had Tentacle and Zop even. So here's the Zalae's just gonna drop Dragon, hoping to hit that 6-4 right now.
What does it hit?
Oh, just the 1-1. And that is going to be
That's
enough
gonna be
damage
game.
if Joster sees it. I'm sure he does, because Leroy into Blessing is going to take that game, and it almost feels like Joster just stole that one from Zalae.
Really impressive by Joster. Like, just didn't get pressured at all. Like, he just managed to pull through the game and get the 2 divine favors and just put enough pressure to kill Zalae, despite like having Zalae like clearing his board multiple times. So really impressive play by Joster.
I mean, that's just the power of Divine Favor, right? In a deck like that, you're able to cycle, especially against Priest, in that matchup specifically. Priest is holding like 6-7 cards every time Joster played that Divine Favor. He almost drew through his entire deck, so able to just continuously push damage right there and get the win with that aggressive Paladin list. Now, moving into this match right here, game number 4, Joster going to have a chance to seal this one up. He's going to bring out his Warrior. Zalae, again going with that, and then Zop Dragon Priest.
The light shall bring victory.
So how do you feel about this, the Zop Dragon Priest? I feel like it's less anti-aggro than the Dragon Priest you usually run, and it's more aggressive and can beat more control mid-range decks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you still have the stuff like the Twilight Whelps and things like Wormrush Agent. So we see here Zalae with a hand that is going to be able to contest the board quite early. I think this is the sort of hand Zalae might have been looking for in one of the previous matchups, where just get your low-cost minions out that have a bunch of health. You know, that's what we typically see in these Dragon Priest lists.
And the Twilight Guardian last game would be really strong too, just because it's free 6 taunt. That's really hard to pass. But it looks like both of them have pretty solid starting hand.
Ooh, Shadow Word off the top. Yeah, Zalae, you know, going to be able to clear off some of this board if he wants to. Yeah, use the Shadow Word Pain on the 3-3. Just sort of establish that 2-2 minion, wants to get some good trades in with that.
Yeah, but Joster is going to play the Frothing down, which is... It might be really big, because like, before the Patron nerf, like, Frothing just can charge in, and you have the Ruin effect, and it's just going to go face for like 20 damage. But looking at Joster's deck, it doesn't have Ruin, it's not a Temple Warrior. But, like, with like trades and all the trades, like Frothing is gonna, it can get into like over 10 damage too.
What are you gonna pick here? I mean, not the best choices for one of the more aggressive lists here. What are you thinking? Reinforce?
I'm thinking healing, just cause with minions it's, I guess it's kind of like a mature power if you let the 1/1 live.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like, cause Priest like, it's more about control and like stealing your minions and like board clearing. So maybe I will take a heal and try to put the Frothing. But having the Paladin hero power is definitely legitimate, just to add up 1 damage every turn.
Yeah, and just staying ahead on board, you know, with that 1/1, if you're able to just continuously produce it, that's definitely important. The totems, they want, you know, a lot of them can't attack. 3 of the 4 can't attack, so it doesn't really do much for him there. Zalae here going to actually coin out the Blackwing Corruptor, knows that Frothing Berserker needs to get off the board immediately before it gets too big to handle.
Yeah, because it's gonna get to 7 and 8 damage, and it's gonna Zalae's gonna take a lot of damage if he doesn't deal with it. So really big good play, Zalae. I'm realizing that.
I mean, look at this though. Joster with the Arcanine Reaper is going to be able to, so not going to use it just yet. You know, there's a multitude of ways able to take the support. I'm just going to ignore this 5-4 for right now. I really like that. Start pushing a lot more damage faced.
Well, the other play is like he can trade a 1/1 and kill the 5-4 with the Arcanine Reaper to clear his whole board. But it looks like he values like more board presence rather than just trying to clear his board and develop more stuff.
And kind of gets punished right there, you know, with the Holy Nova. Now at this point, as Joster, are you just sending this Arcanine Reaper face, or you can try to control the board a little bit?
I would send it to face. Just because you need to get the damage as soon as possible before Zalae develops a really strong board with Dragon Azov Priest. Because looks like looking at Zalae's list, this is definitely the deck that can like develop a lot of strong minions and get through really fast if you don't have the answer for it.
I mean, no, it's 5 mana, 10 damage, right? 10 damage space. So they're actually gonna elect to play the Cabal right there. I guess valuing the body over the Twilight Guardian. What do you think about that play? Oh, because no dragon.
Put some pressure.
That's right, but no dragon in hand, so not gonna be able to get taunt. That's super huge right now.
Yeah, so he can play the Twilight Guardian, but it's not gonna taunt up. So Joster might be good enough for him to just put through with the Heroic Strike and Cornelia in hand. It's just 8 damage, and Zalae doesn't even have a taunt. So Zalae needs to Holy Nova and heal here, I think. And
yeah,
try
able to clear this
kill
board,
Joster before Joster kills Zalae.
Yeah, you could even search for something with the Curator. You know, you could run into the 2/3 taunt, something like that. But at the same time, Zalae does have minions on board, does have bodies that he's able to trade with right here, able to draw some more cards with Cleric if he elects to as well.
I think he's thinking maybe he just want to go aggressive and self-lethal next turn. Is there a way about that? Or maybe he has the trade here.
It kind of feels like you have to, right? Because, I mean, you know what this aggressive warrior list is running. You know they're running those heroic strikes. They're running a bunch of charge minions. You don't feel very good at 14 health.
Looking at Zalae, he was hovering on Museum Character. So maybe he's trying to get a taunt from a death route taunt from the Museum Character. But he decides to go for the safe route and just Holy Nova and heal and clear the board.
And it looks like time for Joster to start sending damage. Gonna probably have to hope next turn gonna be able to get even more damage off the top. But here, yeah, just send this stuff base. You know that if Zalae has anything, you're dead. But this is kind of your chance to just push everything.
And Zalae's only at 9 health left. And Joster has 7 damage on board, which Zalae can answer. Like, it's definitely a...
Welcome to the exhibit.
See what are the options. Oh, another Tentacle is off and shifting save.
What do you think out of these 3?
I don't think any of these will impact much because they're not taunt, and looks like the game is going to end in 1 or 2 turns anyway. So I would probably take the shipping trade just because you can get something else, because these cards
you
again,
can also play it in heal if that's sort of the route you're going to go this turn. Yeah. You can just play the shade. Yeah, heal back up. And at this point, I mean, what can Joster get?
You're right. Oh, very good. Interesting.
Oh, so the Mortal Strike is gonna be but doesn't have enough damage. I mean, enough mana right there.
Zalae went aggressive against Joster. This Force Strike is gonna be a fireball to the face.
At the same time, Zalae does not have enough damage next turn right now to win the game.
Yeah, so this is actually a really close matchup. Looks like Joster is hovering just to Mortal Strike here, but I think you want a Heroic Strike here just before Zalae top decks the dragon so he can play the taunt. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you just play it. You know, you have the opportunity to do that right now, and just get that 4 damage in. At the same time, you could run into something, one of your other cards, not be able to fit everything on 10 mana right there. So going to go ahead, go face with that 4 damage. And Zalae gets the dragon,
and now he can taunt up.
So he's gonna be able to taunt up here. So this is gonna be pretty huge. I mean, Joster's still gonna be on a draw. This one is coming down right to the wire. Oh, the shifting shit. The shifting. Oh, okay. Could have got. I think you could have drawn the other Mortal Strike, or something, and then you would have had enough for lethal right there.
Yeah, that's true too. Or even a weapon, like a weapon that's not first mate. That might have been enough because he draws Arcanine Reaper.
So Zalae able to deal with the board for the moment. You do know the Twilight Guardian is in hand, so gonna set up the taunt right there. Going up to 7 health, so safe from the Mortal Strike. What can Joster get here? Another Azure Drake, another Mortal Strike will do it.
Yeah. That's not it.
Well,
Upgrade is not going to be enough.
Just barely won against Joster.
And that's
Joster just won off.
Zalae's gonna tie it up 2-2 with this N'Zoth Dragon Priest against this Dragon Pirate Warrior. And we're going to be going to the final match.
Yeah. Like really fast games by both players. But now we're going to game 5.
It's been a very quick, very, very quick 4-game series so far. You know, they're just lightning fast at the moment. Now, what are you looking for in this last match? We've seen Joster kind of struggle on this Pirate Warrior. Got the board last time, but never drew into the damage at the very end.
I feel it's definitely a really strong deck, and he almost got the win like the last game. Like maybe like the Azure Drakes and Extra Champion is too slow, and because like he got unlucky too. Like in both games, his Extra Champion didn't proc, so it's just a 2-mana 2 free body.
Mm-hmm.
But both of the decks are definitely really strong.
And the Dragon Pirate Warrior does pretty well against Shaman, right? It does very well against this more aggressive Shaman list. If you're able to really take the board and then just start going face faster than the Shaman can.
Yeah, it depends like who gets early game first. But like Zalae is running the recent like 6 Source aggro Shaman list, and with the thing from below, maybe it will be harder for Joster to poo-poo just because of the 6-mana 5/5 that's gonna get discounted later on.
Yeah, it's a bit tough. I think this list probably does a little bit better than just straight up aggro Shaman, right? Joster not getting the weapons in hand early, and I think that's going to be very crucial going to some of the later turns when you can just take out all these Shaman minions with those weapons. But here, a lot of the Shaman minions are very strong, right? They're big bodies, and your minions are definitely not as big.
The light protects me.
Not having weapons is kind of unfortunate for Joster. Also, like Zalae has a really decent opening hand too, with the Tunnel Dragon until I'm going mid hand that he can play next turn. He even picks up the Abusive, so he can just play Abusive Tunnel Dragon and coin the 7/7 next turn.
Gonna go ahead and spend the Rock Fighter though. Yeah, able to kind of take out this Fairy Dragon, develop the Trog, and even take out the 2/1. So Zalae early on here has a very, very good board.
Just straight up develop the board presence there. And a 7/7, I believe he's gonna find next turn. It's gonna be a really huge deal for Joster to deal with.
Steady shot or life tap? Well, what are we doing here?
Probably steady shot.
Right.
Just gotta go aggressive.
We're gonna get in that a lot throughout this match. Ooh, another abusive though. So Zalae just has getting everything he really needs to control this board early. Going ahead and coin out the Flaming Faceless, develop the 7/7, and then just start hitting face. So at this point, Joster is in deep, deep trouble.
Looks like he was trading the 1/3 though. Looks like Joster's just gonna go face too.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can go face all you want, but you know what? I have a 7/7.
He can't really do the 7/7, and he has to race the lay down somehow.
That's pretty tough, right? When I have all these minions on board. So
like,
it looks like, oh, and the healing.
He gets that heat, so he can prevent Joster from setting up a really aggressive lethal play.
Probably still Joster's play though, right? Yeah, you gotta keep hitting face here. You can. So Alex not to drop.
The
Dread Corsair
there for the Bloodstone Cultist combo, but is it really worth it? Because like you might just be dead this turn. How much damage does Zalae have? It has 10. Is that reachable?
Get in there and fight, maggot!
I think no, that's it. That's it. Yeah, with the overload, that is going to be enough damage. Going to deal 19 damage with that board right there.
Overload.
So Zalae is going to take this one, and that was one of the quickest matches of Hearthstone I've seen in quite some time. Zalae getting that last victory with that aggro Shaman. Now Joster just got stuck. Just got absolutely stuck on that warrior. What do you think about bringing that list tonight?
I think it's definitely a really solid list, but like I feel like most of the parts Joster is just drawing dead. Like having like no dragons, no weapons early game. It's definitely a good deck though. I haven't tried a hybrid list, but like with Pirate solely, maybe it's better with more early game. But like kind of unfortunate for Joster. Both of them are bringing really solid aggro decks. Like we can see like both of them bring like aggro decks, and Zalae just brought the Druid and Priest to kind of bring an anti-aggro-ish lineup to counter what Joster brought.
Yeah, and so many times, very close to getting that last point of damage. But Zalae is going to be moving on to the finals. And guys, when we come back, we're going to have Aqua taking on Magic. We'll see you in just a few.